let's start with the biggest news of the day, the biggest NFL news that there possibly is, and one that we have to address every single day until it's over, and that is, well, Brandon Aiyuk is wearing a shirt at practice, man, and he is changing shirts and watching practice. Sorry, I'm making sure that I don't have an echo. So I appreciate you guys, everybody in the chat. For those of you who haven't been paying attention for the last 24 to 48 hours, the Brandon Aiyuk saga, the trade, is he going to sign? Is he going to stay in San Francisco? What's going to happen? Has turned into a absolutely ridiculous. We are watching how long Brandon Aiyuk has watched practice for and what color shirt he is wearing on the sideline. And today, I don't know about you, man, but I'm all into reading the tea leaves, taking the signs, letting everybody speak their mind without actually speaking their mind. And, according to our friend Grant Cohn, friend of the show, friend of the program, friend of mine, he's in some black and white shirts today. So you tell me, getting closer to black and gold? Because in my head, that's not red. Black and white. Next color is gold. We're there.
It's a step in the right direction. It is a step in the right direction. And this is just showing where we're at with this, because as of right now, it's a wait and see, but it's what everybody wants to talk about. And I think the updates you're getting from your buddy out in the Bay is certainly catching people the wrong way on some ends of things, but also
certainly
it's clearly meant to be a joke. But he's doing really well with it. I've been enjoying the clothing updates from Brandon Aiyuk, knowing that we're not going to get any actual updates until we get an official word on what his decision is.
Yeah. I'm having a blast. For those of you who think this is serious, it's not. Brandon Aiyuk's shirt color is not something that we concern ourselves with, but it is something that the NFL world right now is monitoring closely. And there are Twitter accounts out there that literally are, if he is wearing this color, the Pittsburgh Steelers do not have a shot. And if he's wearing this color, he's headed to Pittsburgh, Steel City. It's pretty much branded the 412 on his chest already. It's a wild time in the Brandon Aiyuk saga. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you ever found yourself scrolling on social media, maybe spending too much time on whatever platform you're addicted to and thinking, man, why am I feeling down? Why do I find myself not finding the joy that social media is supposed to give me? That's because comparison is the thief of joy, and it's easy to envy other people's lives, but therapy can help. It can help you focus on what you want instead of what other people have, so you can start living your best life. I'm somebody who's advocated for therapy for a long time. You constantly see me wearing the sweatshirt. Going to therapy is cool. I've reaped the benefits for years, and I think everybody who's thinking about it should add that to their agenda as well, because in one way or another, it's very helpful. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/AllSteelers today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/AllSteelers. That's all we got today. I'm very thankful that that's all we got today. Things are still quiet from what I have heard, and I did have some conversations very late last night, and those conversations were that nothing has moved on either side. San Francisco remains optimistic that they're going to get a deal done, but they haven't changed that deal. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they remain in the same exact boat, that they are waiting to hear what San Francisco says, and they'll go from there. Mark Florio did put out that he believes that the Steelers could look for options later in the offseason. I'll ask you this question. We've asked it before, but I'll ask you again. Do you think that this shuts it down, or do you think that the Steelers will wait, even if it's not a CeeDee Lamb or a DK Metcalf or somebody that massive? Do you think that the Brandon Aiyuk not happening, or if he does happen or does not happen, that they sit around with the idea, the belief that they're going to add somebody at some point, no matter what the pedigree of that player is?
I think you have to look into it, because when you look at the Steelers wide receiver core right now, it's a lot of question marks. I mean, there is potential there. Van Jefferson for one season was a number 2 in this league, was a bona fide number 2 for 1 year. Can he replicate that? That's a huge question mark for the Steelers. They would love it if he did, so they don't have to go out and pay a guy $30 million to be able to get them that kind of production this season. But At the same time, I think that they're always going to look to improve their unit, and it's going to be up until the trade deadline. If they don't get Brandon Aiyuk before the season starts, if he ends up re-signing with the 49ers, I think they're always going to keep their eyes out for improvements around the roster. That's not even just the wide receiver position.
Yeah, I look at. I agree. I agree that cut dates, those week and a half leading up to the NFL regular season, there are a lot of roster moves made, and that's when things will continue to heat up. The Pittsburgh Steelers have no idea who's going to be out there and who's not going to be out there, and things will change. You know what I mean? And they will make. There will always be that surprising move that you didn't see coming. I mean, a couple of years ago, it was Larry Ogunjobi brought him to the NFL or brought him to Pittsburgh from. Well, he was in Cincinnati, got released from Cincinnati, ended up in Pittsburgh. That will happen again. And we just don't know who it's going to be. So it's a wait and see situation.